Breaking news coming out of Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia agrees to open King Fahd Air Base in Taif to U.S. for Iran operations. And before we get into this story, I just want to send a message to my brothers and sisters in Saudi Arabia. If this takes place, America won't be able to save you. Israel won't be able to save you. None of the Gulf countries will be able to save you. The hell that your government is about to bring down on your country will be solely the responsibility of the government and solely the responsibility of your silence to the government's actions and behaviors that would have led to the consequences that you all may face in the future. Now that that disclaimer is out of the way, let's get into the story. It's being reported that Saudi Arabia agreed to open King Fahd Air Base in Taif to American forces for operations against Iran. Multiple U.S. and Western officials told Middle East Eye on Friday the base in Western Saudi Arabia, and we will get to Western Saudi Arabia soon. The base in Western Saudi Arabia was selected as it lies farther from Iranian drone and missile threats. Now I want y'all to see Taif and Mecca on the map. This makes me think that not only does the government of Saudi Arabia want to rain down chaos on the citizens of Saudi, if this is allegedly true, which I have reason to believe that is true, but also this may be one of those types of sacrifices that's being done, the same sacrifices that are being done in the blue and white country. Because why do you have an air base, which is 1 hour and 19 minutes away from Mecca, the home of the Kaaba? Why would you have your air base in that region? More so, why would you open that air base in that region? Let's say you have the air base right there for security of the Kaaba. But why would you open up that air base and that airspace to foreign entities coming that are trying to attack your fellow Muslim country that has proven to be not only superior to you, Saudi Arabia, superior to Qatar, superior to Dubai, superior to Kuwait, Bahrain, Oman, Turkey, Israel, United States? Why would you host them 1 hour and 19 minutes away from arguably the holiest cities in the world? Very irresponsible, and this leads me to think that there may be something sinister at play. Let's continue. So why did Riyadh choose its Western Mountain base? Saudi Arabia has agreed to open King Fahd Air Base in Taif to American military forces for operations against Iran, according to multiple U.S. and Western officials cited by Middle East Eye on Friday. The decision marks the first time Riyadh has granted Washington access to a major Western Saudi military installation since the war began on February 28, and signals a significant change in the kingdom's posture from cautious restraint to active military facilitation as Iranian drone and missile strikes on Saudi territory approach 600 since the conflict erupted. The move comes as Prince Sultan Air Base near El Kharj, the primary American military facility in Saudi Arabia, faces sustained Iranian bombardment that has damaged 5 U.S. Air Force tanker aircrafts, unalived 1 American soldier, and forced operational adjustments across the base. Taif, located approximately 150 kilometers southeast of Jeddah in the Hejaz Mountains, lies considerably farther from Iranian drone and missile launch sites than the eastern province installations that have absorbed the majority of Tehran strikes. So this is proof that Saudi Arabia is not only complicit in the crimes, but they intend to not only drag themselves deeper in the crimes, but drag their country deeper into the chaos and the destruction that may be getting ready to take place in Saudi Arabia. Now, MBS has been speaking regularly with President Trump throughout the conflict, and multiple reports, including from the New York Times and the Jerusalem Post, indicate the Crown Prince has urged Trump to keep hitting the Iranians hard. Some Saudis come in my DMs and they always say, where's the proof? Where's the proof? Where's the proof? Let's read this one more time. Multiple reports, including from the New York Times and the Jerusalem Post, indicate the Crown Prince has urged Trump to keep hitting the Iranians hard, a private position that stands in some tension with Riyadh's public calls for restraint and diplomacy. So not only are you stupid, but you're also a coward. Because in public, you say let's be diplomatic, but behind the scenes, you say keep hitting them hard. And what is worse than a Muslim who wishes for his Muslim brother, his Muslim neighbor, to be hit by a person that has nothing to do with the religion of Islam? This is truly an embarrassment for Saudi Arabia. Where are all of the Saudis that come to my DMs? What do y'all have to say about this? I need the Saudi citizens to speak up. What do you think about your government's actions and behaviors? Granted, this is true. Allegedly is taking place. You know, we gotta say allegedly, not because we don't believe it. We gotta say allegedly because the Gulf Arabs are some of the most sensitive people that you can ever talk to, because they've been so brainwashed, all right? And not only are they brainwashed, it's in their Aqidah to follow whatever the Khalifa says. Even if the Khalifa steals your property, does injustice to you, does oppression to you, it's in their Aqidah to follow what the leadership says. Let's continue. As I have stated, this is still a developing story, but we will know more within the next 24 to 48 hours, especially since we probably have about a good 34 to 32 hours left on the countdown of Trump and his threat against the Strait of Hormuz. And let's see if Saudi Arabia will be involved in that threat by the time Monday night comes. It is now 6:18 a.m., March 22nd, 2026, and I really want the Saudis to chime in on this. Specifically the Saudis, especially the ones that's in my DMs. I really want you guys to chime in, and I really want you guys to tell me how you feel about the actions and the behaviors of your government during this trying time. Follow me for more updates, think pieces, breaking news, and beyond.